When Alice didn't show up at the lecture series for the Y, I knew something was wrong.
You found her?
I have a key. It was horrible. She was tied up, naked, bleeding. It was him, Lewis, the beast.
William Lewis. He's the one who did this to you.
Yes, I came home last night at 6. He was inside. He had a gun. He tied me up, burned me. He did things.
Okay, do you have any idea what time he left?
I don't know. Noon, maybe. I heard the church bells.
It's Lewis. He broke into her apartment, raped, and tortured her for 18 hours at gunpoint.
Miss Parker, I am so sorry.
Just get him.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Munchie Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here in New York. It was really goddamn cold today. Winter came back with a vengeance. There was like wintry mix and snow flurries, and it was just
winter is
miserable.
Re-ejaculating.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, there's like some meme out there about there being 12 seasons here, and we really got like a brutal, I don't know if this is second or third winter or whatever it is, but it's kind of rough.
I saw on the news that you were getting dumped on.
It wasn't. We didn't get like snow. It just was cold.
But then it was like a miserable, like wintry mix bullshit, which is honestly, I'd rather just get the snow and not have the like.
Oh, yeah. That's the, like yesterday it was like pelleting, you know, like what do they call it? Grapple? It was just grappling in your face. It's awful. But I'm joined on the line by Josh, of course. How is your neck of the woods, Josh?
Oh, it's okay. Things are fine.
Nice.
We did launch the Patreon.
We sure did. And we have some benefits there. You want to tell people what they can get at the Patreon, Josh?
I guess we're really leading in with that.
Yeah.
First, let's thank Jeremy, Jacqueline, Pedro, Amy, Emily, Nikki, Louise, Whitney, and Dee. Yeah, you're our first patrons. First 9 patrons, or munchies.
The glorious 9.
Basically, all of our content is up a week ahead of time, unedited. Mm-hmm. For instance, I just dropped episode 101, and just from the first pass of the edit, I cut like 25 minutes of discussion. Mm-hmm. So that happens in virtually every episode. So
most of the time.
If you like the tangents that Adam and I go on, or you want to watch whoever's stuck reading their recap that they wrote and punished themselves with. Oh, God, I haven't even looked at mine. Fuck.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I'm screwed in about 3 minutes here. So yeah, if you want to watch us struggle or listen to us struggle, because there's both video and audio unedited, you've got that at your disposal now. We also have our monthly entries in the Munch by Benson movie club that is exclusive to the Patreon. So you have to be a Patreon member to see or hear that.
We have our first one up. It was She's Too Young, which is a wild romp of a Lifetime movie.
Fucking nuts.
Yes. if you like SVU for inappropriate teen sexual content, you will love this film.
Yeah. I was talking with Karen from Chicklet at the Movies, or Chicklet, and she was watching it. She's like, oh my God, I watched this when I was a kid when it came out. And she saw it and thought that all teenage boys were going to be out to give her syphilis. Which is fantastic. But it is a wild fucking movie. Like it's teensploitation at its most. At its most teensploitation.
Yeah, at its moistest. It's true.
It is. I mean, there's a hot tub scene. Yeah. So yeah, if you're one of our subscribers, you'll be able to watch that as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, we also will very shortly have merch available as well. It was supposed to be up by now, but a combination of my wife's wedding and me trying to learn.
Your wife isn't marrying someone else.
That's a different Lifetime movie. No, my wife's birthday plus the learning the nuances of rendering video files and getting them uploaded has really kind of cut into the limited time I have for myself to do projects like this.
The rendering really has to, it took me a couple, but now it's definitely a background activity.
Yeah, today I thought I had like a 3-hour block set out for myself, and I ended up having about a 20-minute block and then about a 2-hour block of letting my computer work while I went and had to do something else because
the sounds that my computer makes. And I've got like I think it's a 2019 MacBook Pro. Like the sounds that my MacBook Pro makes when it is rendering are scary.
Yeah, it puts off some heat. It was helping warm up my apartment.
I have to raise mine. I have to I have mine raised on like a plastic food bucket. Hopefully it doesn't melt it. But yeah, it's dodgy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've been getting into. Oh, I watched, my wife mostly watched this, but I kind of caught a lot of it. But The Vow, the documentary series about Nexium. And this is going to be a fairly unpopular take, I think, with most right-thinking people. But I gotta say that Keith Raniere might be a monster. But the people he's monstrous to, I don't find him to be that sympathetic. Let's just put it that way, Josh.
I'm trying to remember because I watched both of them. The Vow's the one on HBO, right?
Yes,
on Stars.
It's the one. It's the one where it's basically a bunch of exceptionally.
No, I remember them very well.
Rich white people emailing each other. That's The Vow.
The other one I think is much more interesting.
Okay,
the one that was on Stars.
Interesting. Okay,
they're both fascinating, but I think the execution of the one on Stars is better.
Okay.
And it also, Mark What's-His-Face, the documentarian. Yeah, Mark Vicente.
Really got on my nerves.
You know, it feels like he's very much involved to save face.
Yes. And what's her name? The lady from Dynasty,
Sarah.
Who's the...
her daughter is the subject of the Stars one. Yeah. So it's way more interesting because India's her name, right?
India Oxenberg. Yeah, she's the granddaughter of the Princess of Yugoslavia.
Which does not exist anymore.
It also didn't exist before 1918 and basically was created whole cloth out of thin air by the British royalty. Anyways, these people deserve to get robbed. Not necessarily by a cult-leading sex pest, but yeah.
I don't know that I'll go that far, but they are marks. Yeah, that's awesome. So we just watched Les Samurai.
Love one of my favorites.
Which somehow I had not seen. Really? I love Melville, too.
Oh, you have to be in the right mood for it because it's very slow, right? And it's
there's
slow
no
build.
Dialogue for the first, I think, 13 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. But, beautiful movie. You've seen
it's
Le
great.
Cercle Rouge. Have you seen that one?
Yeah. I really love Melville. He's one of my favorite, certainly one of my favorite non-American directors.
Did you see La Piscine, which is one of, 2 movies I've seen in the movie theater this year?
Yeah.
The one with
I saw
the Alain Delon one.
Yeah.
Ladies love Alain Delon.
So we watched that. We watched Coda, which was good.
I am so out of touch with the Oscars this year. Like, if Pig wasn't nominated for something...
I'm still very upset about that.
I mean, I don't know if it was or not, but if it wasn't, then I have not seen anything that was nominated. Pig was fantastic.
Pig was probably the best movie I saw this year. You know what else I saw? The French Dispatch.
Oh, I saw The French Dispatch.
What an utter piece of horse shit. Yeah. I just saw it last week.
Well, why? Awful. I tried to kind of warn you off of it.
You liked it. Hate it. I just edited that episode.
I said it was all right, but I'm sympathetic to that fucking guy. You know this about me. Yeah.
It was awful.
I told you there was one vignette that I liked.
I thought that was bad too.
I know, but I was trying to be
just the most fucking pretentious piece of shit.
You knew this going in, Josh.
Oh, I know, but I finally saw it and I was like, oh wow. I was within 20 minutes I was just like, this is unwatchable. I tried to stay plugged in, but it was pretension turned to 11 and I wanted to
without any kind of interest, without
no story,
the depth of character. Well, of course there's no story. How could there be?
Because it's vignettes, but vignettes should have stories in and of themselves, and this is just fucking
if you want to see a movie where vignettes are done well,
with pretty pictures, but that's it. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, watch City of God, the Brazilian film, because that's a movie that does vignette storytelling exceptionally well.
Well, but it's also with the same, like it at least has the through line of having the same character going through all the vignettes for the most part.
Well, but instead of it being about, well, I don't even know what the French Dispatch is about just like witty people being smart. It's about a town, at least, right? And so it's like a story of a place.
Well, yeah, because the city is the character.
The city is the kind of main character, exactly. And so even though there's not necessarily like, there are some characters that carry over between the different stories, but there is a character, and that's the city, and that's kind of what you're watching the evolution of this place through time. And it's a fantastic movie. I fucking love that movie.
But like, I own Slacker. Slacker is absolutely just Austin as the fucking character.
Mm-hmm. But it's the same idea.
Like, that movie is good.
Yeah, it works. It's one of the few Linklater movies that I think works. But yes, it works.
I still love that you hate him so much.
I don't know how you cannot hate him. Have you seen any of that bullshit with Ethan Hawke where he's just fucking talking? I cannot watch those movies, Josh. I cannot watch a single fucking movie where Ethan Hawke is talking. It drives me up the fucking wall. Sorry, excuse me.
I'm glad I got you started because I was so pissed at the French Dispatch.
But I think we need to get to this episode because this one might take long. We're going to try to record two tonight, and this one I think will take a little bit longer than part 2. So we should save some of our banter for the next one.
Okay, so sometimes the randomizer giveth, and sometimes it really giveth in a punishing way.
It should have given this for episode 100. That would have been very appropriate, but it couldn't be that on the nose.
So for episode 105, we're doing season 14, episode 24, Her Negotiation, the first of the William Lewis Saga.
Mm-hmm.
We open on a landscape architecture enthusiast taking a picture of the very bridge Liv wants Cassidy to go see a painting of at the Whitney. But Cassidy is in a bathrobe, and bathrobe Cassidy doesn't do museums. Then we cut to the kitchen of a halfway house, where William Lewis decides he's done with kitchen cleanup and burns off his fingertips on a flat-top griddle before taking umbrage at being told they're not done with dish duty and slamming his roomie's hand down on the griddle as retribution for issuing such a chore reminder. The rest of the unit is doing Sunday things, taking in a Mets game or playing in the park, when William Lewis sprints across the park with 2 young female tourists chasing after him, imploring someone or something to stop him. Luckily, Rollins is playing fetch with Franny, so she takes off after the perp with Rollins tailing her, and when we get to Franny, she's licking the grime off William Lewis's face. Astrid and Tildy are being seriously inconvenienced by having to make statements, but Alice Parker, the sexagenarian Frederick Law Olmstead fan, says they better make that statement unless they want him to keep doing that shit to other women. Then the uni at Holdings says they've got a problem because this dude's got no fingerprints. Rollins calls Finn, Cragen, and Liv in from watching a Matt Harvey perfect game, and Amaro in from playing with his kids on a Sunday, because she's got a feeling that this guy is seriously dangerous. Miss Parker saw and heard William Lewis tell the tourist to, quote, "Get down on your knees, open your mouth, and take communion," end quote. Lewis concocts a chafing from running excuse as to why he'd have been working his junk in the park that no one is buying. But his incomplete background isn't providing Rollins with what she knows lurks in the dark. Benson and Amaro press him in interrogation, but he lawyers up after it becomes clear he won't be able to just snow them over. Rollins wants to get Barbara to offer a plea deal for public lewdness, a Class B misdemeanor, so they can get Lewis's DNA, but as Lewis cozily confers with his overly affectionate legal aid attorney, he tells her that he won't plead guilty to a crime he didn't commit. Barbara instructs Rollins and Benson to dig deeper if they want to get their guy. Cragen returns Miss Parker's camera to her, but she's acting weird, and the instant she gets rid of him, we find out that William Lewis is holding her hostage. The next day, Miss Parker's neighbor calls the cops after finding her seriously fucked up after an 18-hour torture session. A check at the halfway house leads them to the roomie, whose hand got fried in the cold open, Jose Silva, who is in the middle of humping a pile of fur coats on his bed, which he assures the unit are all his. Jose tells them Lewis doesn't listen to anybody about anything, but that he definitely drinks 5 crazies like it's going out of style. Benson and Amaro press Lewis in interrogation again, but they know he's lawyered up, so everything he arguably confesses to, while being thinly veiled in hypotheticals, would be inadmissible anyway. His lawyer breaks things up after he leaves the unit, thoroughly convinced that he did it, but without a legal confession. And Cragen and Barba argue that Liv and Amaro weren't getting close in there, they were getting played. Then, just as Miss Parker comes in to ID her attacker, Lewis fakes a suicide attempt to evade the lineup and land in Bellevue, cuffed to a hospital bed. Then, Rollins finally discovers William Lewis's history that was all obscured by misspellings on paperwork. That history was dark and had a slew of rape and torture victims with a couple bodies dropped, all under slightly different names, though each time he eluded justice. Then Cragen and Benson go to check on Alice Parker, his most recent victim, and she's dead on her couch, having succumbed to a myocardial infarction 3 days after her 18-hour rape and torture session. Barba tries to get Lewis to take a plea for 4 to 7 years for rape, but he knows that the case is thin without the victim's testimony. This legal aid attorney hands Barba and the unit their asses, calling into question the victim's verifiable eyesight problems before proving that the DNA was handled improperly at the lab, leaving the samples open to commingling. The judge declares a mistrial. Lewis gets bail after his lover lawyer posts his bond. The unit takes this one on the chin. Cragen tells Liv to take 2 days and crawl under a rock, and that if she comes into work, he's having her arrested. She keys into her apartment, starts unpacking her groceries, and then finds Lewis there waiting in the dark for her with a gun. And we get I guess this is where the Liv torture pornopalooza starts? Dick Wolf. Oh, what are you drinking, buddy?
Yeah, Josh, I'm drinking the Upper East Side version of a 5 Crazy. That's a 9.5% ABV sour triple from Victory.
Oh, you talked about this before.
I talked about this before.
Oh, no, you talked about this on
Chick Lit at the movies, which we were on recently. Their episode should be up long before this one posts. It is.
It's already up.
Great. Nice. Yeah, I drank one of those. It's a good podcasting beer because you don't drink it too fast, which is nice. It's good. I'm not a big sour guy, but it's pretty good. I enjoy it. And green tea. So Megan just poured me some more water into my green tea. I thought about going and trying to purchase a Four Loko for this episode, but it didn't happen.
That stuff's not still legal in New York.
Well, you can get like the post.
Yeah, I'm joking. That's what they said in this episode, Adam.
I know, but there was like original Formula 4 Loko back in the day when they had, actual bull semen in it or whatever. Yeah. Was it cocaine? I hope.
Probably.
Yeah, I did buy, the funny thing is I bought an original recipe for Loko right when they changed it, and I kept it in my fridge for like 2 years. I think I actually moved with that can of Four Loko, and I was pretty disappointed when I finally drank it. But anyways, Josh, what are you drinking?
Because it tastes like shit, right?
It was awful. It's fucking dog shit.
I'm drinking a Powers Rocks.
Nice.
Yeah, easy enough. Mm-hmm. So I guess we talk about the guest stars now, eh?
Yeah, we've got a couple. Not as many as we normally do, but definitely a few.
Relatively light lifting for this and the next episode.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about Pablo Schreiber. We talked about him back in Munch My Benson episode 89. They're so balls deep in starting their affair that Benson's able to slip their tail with no resistance.
Yeah.
Which was covering episode 20 from season 15, Beast's Obsession.
Yeah.
And this episode, we hear him dubbed a beast. So that's where that's alluding to, I guess.
Yeah.
We've also already talked about Allison Fernandez, who's playing Zara. Talked about her back in Munch My Benson episode 94, Do Buffalonians Dream of Erotic Meats, wherein we were talking about season 13, episode 5, Missing Pieces. Mm-hmm. We've also already talked about all the judges, but I have no idea when we did so.
Yeah.
But there are 3 judges in this episode. We've definitely talked about them because I remember doing so. I'm going to also hold off on talking about Cynthia and Gilberto until we hit one of the other episodes they're more centrally involved in. She's only in 2 other episodes, so I figure we'll probably wait until hopefully Undercover Blue we hit first. Mm-hmm. But if it's one of the other ones, we'll talk about her then, because I believe she's like centrally involved in 2 episodes.
Great.
But obviously she is someone who Amaro had a kid with while he was an undercover. We learned in episode 500 that they are married now. So he and Cynthia, they're making things work.
Yeah.
In 2020. Well, that was 2021. So first up, we've got Lauren Ambrose, who is the legal aid attorney, Vanessa Meyer. She was born in New Haven, Connecticut to caterer Frank D'Ambruoso and interior designer Anne, his wife, who was born Anne Wachtel. She attended Choate Rosemary Hall, Wilbur Cross High School in the community, and the ACES Education Center for the Arts, all of which are, around Connecticut. Choate might be somewhere else, but...
Choate's a fancy boarding school.
Yeah, I know. I just don't remember where it's...
Yeah.
She's also a trained opera singer who studied voice and opera at the Boston University Tanglewood Institute, which was a summer program for high school students. She was a child actor, starring in the off-Broadway play Soulful Scream of a Chosen Son while in junior high, along with 3 episodes of the original series, 2 of which she shot while still roughly junior high age.
Yeah.
She was in and Out, Can't Hardly Wait, a 5-episode arc on Party of 5, and Psycho Beach Party in the few years following her high school graduation before getting cast in 6 Feet Under as Claire Fisher, a role for which she earned a pair of Best Actress in a Supporting Role Emmy nominations. After wrapping 6 Feet Under, she made her Broadway debut at the Lincoln Center Theater in a revival of Awake and Sing, and then was Juliet and Ophelia in successive summers for Shakespeare in the Park, before appearing on Broadway opposite Geoffrey Rush and Susan Sarandon in Ionesco's Exit the King. She was in 7 of 10 episodes of Torchwood Miracle Day, the 4th and final series of the Doctor Who spinoff. She was then in About Sunny, Sleepwalk with Me, Wanderlust, and Grassroots before appearing in this episode of SVU. Since this episode, she was main cast in the Tim Kring USA show Dig. Tim Kring was the creator of Heroes. That was on for 1 season. She was one of the younger agents in the X-Files revival, which was kind of delightful. She was Eliza Doolittle on Broadway in My Fair Lady, and she's also the lead in the M. Night Shyamalan-produced Apple Plus show Servant, which I believe just dropped its 3rd season. She's been married to photographer Sam Handel since 2001, so over 20 years.
Yeah, which is wild.
She's like our age.
I know.
So that's pretty crazy.
I know.
Yeah, like a year and a half older than us.
Mm-hmm. And she got married, when she was like 20 years old. It's just wild. I mean, it's kind of a brain melter because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jeremy Sisto, even though he hasn't appeared in an SVU as his Law & Order character, he is in the universe, right? So it is kind of a brain melter.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he hasn't.
I don't know. I haven't looked him up.
I don't remember. Anyway, next up, we've got Robin DeJesus, who is playing Jose Silva. I think probably the best part of this entire episode.
Oh, his character is really delightful. And there's like an arc with his character that pays off in the next episode that I'm really excited about.
You have no idea, I think. Robin DeJesus is of Puerto Rican descent. He was born in Norwalk, Connecticut. He originated the role of Tony in The Heights, for which he was nominated for a Tony. 2 years later, he was nominated for his 2nd Tony for Best Featured Actor in a Musical for his turn as Jacob in La Cage aux Folles. The next year, in 2012, he was cast to play Aladdin on Broadway and first appeared as Jose Silva.
Weird.
A role which he's reprising here.
Weird.
And which he plays in another 3 episodes of SVU after this, including next week's installment. So he has a whole weird arc as a secondary character, like tertiary character, honestly. But yeah, he is in 5 episodes of SVU and has an arc, and it's all this character, which I'm really into, and I really can't wait until we get to more Jose Silva. Like, I kind of just want to start a Jose Silva podcast about humping fur coats.
I agree. There's one note about his character. He fucks coats. And I love it.
Oh, I can't wait until we hit his first one because he's a grind and go guy. Now, Robin DeJesus went on to get another Tony nomination for The Boys in the Band in 2019. This one for not a musical, but Best Featured Actor in a Play. And he appeared in Lin-Manuel Miranda's film adaptation of the Jonathan Larson musical Tick, Tick, Boom, which was just nominated for an Oscar. So he's the friend who gets HIV. I've only got 2 left.
Yeah.
Next up, Judith Ivey, who's playing Alice Parker. Yeah. She was born in El Paso to a college instructor / dean and a teacher. She went to junior high and part of high school in Dowagiac.
Good luck with that.
Some Michigander crazy name. Before finishing high school in Marion, Illinois, she went to John A. Logan College, which I believe is a community college, Southern Illinois, and eventually Illinois State, from which she graduated. She won 2 Tonys as Best Featured Actress in a play for Steaming in 1983 and Hurly Burly in 1985. She was also nominated in 1992 for Park Your Car and Harvard Yard. And I'm not going to do the Boston accent for that, but I'm sure that's what was intended.
Yeah.
And in 2013 for a revival of The Heiress. She was Emmy nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a miniseries or TV movie for What the Deaf Man Heard in 1998. She was main cast in Down Home, the final season of Designing Women, The Five Buchanans, and the mid-90s Dave Chappelle sitcom Buddies, which I have no fucking recollection of.
None at all.
It was like a mid-season replacement, and it said it had 13 episodes, but it was only on for 6 weeks, so I think they dumped the last, probably all of them.
Nice.
She had recurring parts in Will and Grace, Past Life, White Collar, The Family, and New Amsterdam. She's also been in the films Harry and Son, The Woman in Red, Brighton Beach Memoirs, Hello Again, In Country, Alice, The Devil's Advocate, A Life Less Ordinary, Without Limits, Mystery Alaska, and Flags of Our Fathers. Last one I've got, Lucy Martin.
Yeah. Who we have talked about.
We have.
Yeah.
We just talked about her in Munch My Benson episode 97.
Exactly.
That was, I don't like the idea of having ninja pedophiles out there. That scares me. In that episode, she was playing Taryn Manning's neighbor.
In this episode, she's playing Alice Parker's neighbor.
So she's really got this neighbor thing down.
However, she might need to change buildings because her building is fucked, man.
Well, this is a different character, though. This is Bitsy Rabbler. So obviously this is a brain melter. Although, you know, neighbor, like not that brain melty.
The funny thing is she's a nosy neighbor in each one, right? Because in this one...
No, she's the good neighbor in both of them.
But she's the good nosy neighbor, right?
Yeah,
like, Alice didn't show up to the lecture series at the Y, so I need to go looking for her. And the other one, she needs to like get 2 forms of identification before she lets the boyfriend get the Haida key.
Now, I do suspect that in New York, there's probably in every apartment building a network of single women who live alone.
Yeah.
Who have like a sort of, in Hello Ladies, they sort of had a protocol that they followed to make sure that they were alive.
Yeah, well,
because they were all lonely men in that. And so this isn't because they might have died in their sleep or, you know, committed suicide because they're sad. This is because men are fucking monsters.
Yeah, because
but
Buzz McAllister might
if
break...
you were a single woman, Buzz McAllister, ninja rapist, was going to break in through the fucking fire escape. So yeah, I bet that this is a thing that as men, we just are not privy to. But in a city, if you're a single woman living alone, you probably have other single women who also live alone in the building. And you sort of have like an agreement that you'll check on each other to make sure that they're okay.
I can say that in my building, the only 2 men that live in my building are both fathers of toddlers, right? So it's either single women or me and my, I guess he's 2 floors down, who are living with our spouses and our toddlers. And so it kind of like works out. Everybody kind of is aware.
Wait, do you live in the building in Bosom Buddies?
Basically, yeah, basically.
Okay. Do you have to walk out in drag all the time?
You know, at times, yeah.
R.I.P. Peter Scolari.
Yeah, the funny one, if you guys don't remember Bosom Buddies.
Man, that's a Tom Hanks slam.
Well, yeah, I just saw him like photobomb somebody's wedding, and I was like, God damn it, Tom. I remember Bosom Buddies. I remember the laughs. I remember the good times.
I only remember Family Ties, where he's the alcoholic uncle who thinks he's a good time, but is not.
No, I mostly just remember the 80s remake of Dragnet, his delightful role as Peter Strebeck. It's a great film, Josh. It's really good. Yeah. But the thing is, I think most people kind of don't know each other. I think my building, everybody who lives here remarks on how nice it is that they know everybody.
Again, I think this is sort of a thing where because you have a toddler, it's disarming.
It's easy to talk to me.
If you were a single man, I don't think
nobody
you would
talk to me. Nobody would. I wouldn't know anybody in this town if I
knew one person in our building in LA.
Yeah, no, and
other than when Crabman lived there. When Crabman lived there, then
you
I
were
also
like,
knew who
Crabman?
He was, but I did not know him.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot that's going on here in this open because obviously we're
like
treated,
almost all of my notes are just about the open.
because we're treated to this like idyllic scene of what it's like when there's no sex crimes happening, right? Everybody has the day off. Nobody's working.
Oh, hold on to your butt, Adam, because sex crimes are going to happen. It's a park in New York. You know that's just sex crime central.
Well, the funny thing is, besides Liv, they are all hanging out within I would hazard to guess, about a 200-yard radius of each other. So this was one location, and they just used several spots around it. They are all within about 200 yards of the pond.
They had base camp locked down,
They
man.
sure
they
did.
had base camp, and they were like, no, these are where we're shooting.
So
here.
Amaro and Rollins were within eyesight of each other. Where they were
I could tell that they were like, oh no, they're at the same location.
And Alice Parker is at the pond. The pond is in the southeast corner of Central Park. Each one of the water features in Central Park has its own name, but that one's called the pond, and it's very pretty, and it's right next to Midtown. It's very idyllic.
And there's no water sports there.
You just go into the bushes, you could have some water sports. But yeah, there's no sailing or anything like that going on there. It's just there might be some ducks and turtles. That's all you're going to fucking see there. But then you've got Amaro and Rollins maybe about 100, 200 yards west of that, just kind of in the normal park area.
Yeah.
And then we've got Finn and Cragen meeting up. Kind of a weird spot to meet up, honestly, because they're...
For a Mets game?
To meet up to the Mets game, let's assume they're coming from Manhattan. They're going to take either the 7 train straight, or they're going to take a train that connects to the 7 train. So that would either be the E or the F. Those are going to be your options. That's what you're going to be taking. None of those have stops at Grand Army Plaza, which is at the southeast corner of Central Park. But you know what? It's a delightful spot. Maybe they're just walking and they're going to hang out and stroll for the next 15 blocks down to Grand Central Station where they can hop
If
on
ever I were to think that two people were going to stroll,
It's not them.
I would think that it would, well, because it was originally supposed to be Munch, but they didn't want to pay David Simon money, so he's not in this episode. So it was... Or was he in this episode later? I can't remember.
He's in the second part. I don't know if he's in the first part. If he's in the first part, he's in the first part for like 2 minutes. I don't even remember him, but yeah.
But he was supposed to be meeting Munch, but Munch had a date that went over. He's credit only in this, so Richard Belzer is not getting David Simon paid this week. So... maybe it was like an equidistant point for Munch and Cragen to walk. To meander.
Yeah.
Maybe gaze lovingly into one another's eyes.
I see Munch strolling, but I don't see any of the other two.
Oh, yeah. He's strolling all over fucking France right now.
Finn and Cragen are not strollers, right? They are not.
Now, the song.
Yeah, what's the song? I didn't look up the song at all. I looked up the song in the second one, but continue.
Don't worry, I did. Yeah. The song is Monsters by Angus Stone.
No idea who that is.
You may, though. This is where it gets a little weird. So the song itself, it's not like as story driven as many murder ballads are, but this is definitely in the murder ballad vein. And the murderer in the song is named Billy, which obviously the lawyer, Vanessa, refers to William Lewis as Billy somewhat frequently.
Sure.
So it's kind of a surprisingly deft touch.
It's elusive.
I think it's a deft touch from the music supervisor. Like, we found a song that would really actually work here.
They put a lot of thought into these episodes because clearly this is the hinge of the whole series hinges.
The hinge of the beginning of the live torture porn victim fest that the show kind of off and on becomes as...
for the next 9 seasons.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But
now, this is off of Angus Stone's second solo record, though this is the first one just released as Angus Stone. The first one was released under the moniker of Lady of the Sunshine. He's now Dope Lemon, which I feel like you should know and must not, because that should have triggered something.
Dope Lennon?
Dope Lemon. But he now releases stuff under Dope Lemon. But yeah, Dope Lemon's kind of good.
Really?
But very much not like this. This is, kind of folky and whatever, and Dope Lemon's more like, druggy and fleshed out.
Nice.
So Bathrobe Cassidy does not go to museums.
Well, okay.
Certainly not for the Plein Air Painters.
I have a few notes about this, right? So first off, they're clearly at Liv's apartment. They're setting up the scene at Liv's apartment. We learn later that Liv's apartment is West 89th Street. We learned that in the second episode, but still it applies here. It's the same apartment. That is pretty far uptown on the Upper West Side. That's not very far from my house, honestly, if I walked. Maybe, 30 minutes. But Liv says, you want to head uptown to the Whitney and see this Plein Air Painters thing? The Whitney is way downtown from there. The Whitney is in the meatpacking district. So it's, 70 blocks south of where Liv
You're
lives.
not heading uptown.
No, you're not heading uptown. You're heading downtown. It's very strange. It's very off-putting. The Whitney hasn't moved in 100 years or something. It's changed buildings. They built a new building, but it hasn't moved. It's still been down there.
It hasn't moved since, I don't know,
Like
since the
1910 or
Weimar
something
Republic
like that.
was a thing.
Exactly. Something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
very upsetting. And then Plein Air Painters. What are these fucking old people going to the Plein Air Painters shit?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a Whitney thing either. That seems like a Met thing. The Whitney's aggressively modern
edgier.
art.
Yeah.
That's where Pike's always trying to get me to go to the Whitney, and
I bet.
yeah. See some video art shit that's just going to be like a guy standing on the side of a highway for 3 hours, that sort of thing.
Well, it's going to be that old video that Pitchfork embedded for their review of that Jet album, which was just a primate of some sort. I think it was a chimpanzee.
Maybe a bonobo.
Might have been an orangutan pissing into its own mouth.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's what Pike's wanting to go see. I hope you're listening, John. I like cutting in sunny shit, just hoping that Pike is listening. Anyway, we get to learn that William Lewis is a psychopath in one scene.
Yeah.
As he burns his fingertips off and then smashes his dish duty buddy's hand into the flat top griddle, into the surface. They waste no time.
No, they really established that this guy is fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're not going to fuck around with that. So what might be more unsettling, though, is that we see Weekend Cragen in a deeply disturbing orange golf shirt and light jacket that's not really Mets colors, but sort of.
It's Mets adjacent.
Yeah, clearly championing the writing staff's mandated Mets fandom. And I wonder if it says anything that Amaro is not allowed to wear Mets gear. He's supposed to be a Yankees fan.
He's from the Bronx, Josh. I
know, but is this a judgment from the writing staff? Amaro sucks.
That's why they wanted to write him out immediately.
Yeah, they're like, no,
he's
we
not
fucked
one
up.
of us.
Yeah, they were like, well, he's not one of us. How can we really drive that point home? Oh, Yankees fan.
You know what's so weird to me? This is an aside because this is a baseball episode, and I have a feeling that we're about to start talking about baseball a lot. So I apologize.
My
for
next
the listeners.
half page of notes are about baseball.
But here's the thing: I live in Manhattan. I see lots of people. I don't see very many Mets fans or Jets fans or Nets fans, but Net fans, let's be honest.
But you know what you also aren't seeing?
What?
Any actual Yankees fans? You're just seeing dipshits wearing hats.
No, Josh, I see actual Yankees fans. People here are intense about their fandom, but yeah, I see people wearing hats. Manhattan is a Yankees town. That's what it is. There are Mets people, but they live on Long Island and they commute into the city. Manhattan people are Yankees people. It brings me no pleasure to report this, but it is true. And they're Giants fans. And they're Knicks fans, but as they should be, because the Nets are a fucking fake franchise. I'm 100% about the Mets. I love the Mets.
Yeah.
But Mets fandom is just not here. It's across the bridge, man.
Give Steve Cohen another fucking 2 years of just
of bribing our public officials so he can get rid of the
just having fuck you money and being like, I don't care how many fucking different levels of quote competitive balance tax, which is just luxury tax.
But Josh and I are talking about really inside baseball shit right now, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, recently bribed Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, to get rid of the vaccine mandate, basically just for well-paid sports professionals.
If Kyrie Irving had an owner who cared, he would have already done it.
Yeah, well, exactly. But, Steve Cohen cares. Steve Cohen wants
to win. You can't fault an owner for that.
I'm pretty sure DeGrom is not vaccinated. This is not known, but...
Well, I think Pete Alonso isn't also.
Yeah, I think so. So apparently Scherzer and DeGrom got into a fight in the locker room about vaccinations.
Okay. And Scherzer's vaccinated, I'm almost positive.
Scherzer is 100% vaccinated. He's very open about it.
Yeah.
For those of you who are not baseball fans like Josh and myself, Jacob DeGrom is the best pitcher in baseball when he's playing.
If you were were to go back for the last 10 years, the best pitcher in baseball, Scherzer, and now they're on the same team.
Yeah, exactly. In May 2013, the best pitcher on planet Earth for 1 month.
Well, for 2 months, for a solid 2 months, was Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt Harvey, they're saying that Cragen and Finn had to leave a Matt Harvey game in the 6th, and that Liv had to leave Cassidy tied up to a post outside of a sports bar to watch the rest of a perfect game for Matt Harvey, and that was the 8th inning.
Yeah.
So Rollins does know that it's a weekend, right?
What'd you do? Tie Cassidy to a no parking sign? He can come in.
I think that he's happy. I left him at a sports bar watching the Mets game. Matt Harvey working on a perfect game.
Wow, she called you all in? Rollins is out of control.
Well, she's your partner.
Well, it's fine. Only 6 innings into a perfect game.
8.
Even better.
Now, a Matt Harvey perfect game is happening in a different timeline than we are living in.
Yeah.
He did, however, start on Sunday, May 12th, when this would have been.
This would have been this start. Yeah.
At home against the Pirates. He had a perfect game through 5 batters.
Which is normal. It was a good start, Josh.
No, it was a good start, but he had a perfect game through 5 batters. So Cassidy was probably pretty bummed about the perfecto going out the window in the 2nd when Pedro Alvarez doubled to the gap in right center.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, though, the 2nd inning is not the 8th.
No.
Harvey was really cruising when this episode would have been written, though.
Yes.
His first 3 starts in April saw him give up a total of 6 hits in 22 innings.
Yeah.
He only walked 6 guys, so he walked as many guys as he allowed hits in these 3 starts. And he struck out 25, allowing 2 earned runs for a microscopic .86 ERA. Batters in these first 3 starts, they had an 88 batting average with a 160 on base percentage and a 147 slug. So in his first start, he allowed only 1 hit through 7 innings. So it wasn't unreasonable to wish cast a reality in which he might have a perfect game going into the 8th if you were writing a script in April 2013.
Yep.
And that's absolutely what Warren Leight and Julie Martin were doing here, but it didn't play out.
Well, and also when they were doing final edits for this episode, which would have been about, I don't know when this episode filmed exactly. I know
I'm assuming they wrote it in April, and I'm assuming they locked in the script in April and went right into shooting.
So if they're watching Mets games, as I'm sure Warren Leight was,
definitely
right before this episode aired, the start before this start that Cragen and Finn would have gone to was the best start of Matt Harvey's career. He pitched a complete game with 12 strikeouts, only gave up 1 hit. This was the game that almost was a perfect game. I didn't look into the granular data to figure out when he gave up that hit, but no walks, no earned runs in 9 innings. It was a 97 game score, which game scores are kind of a weird number, but that's a really high number. It was a fantastic start. So this is as close as they've ever gotten to actually having one of these bizarre kind of like sports wish castings come true.
Yeah, because almost all of them are not.
Are way off.
A lot of them are frankly like
impossible.
The team isn't even playing.
Exactly.
So I am looking, and Matt Harvey went 6 2/3 innings before giving up a base runner.
Okay. It was only 1 base runner that game, so pretty fucking good start.
Yeah, Alex Rios singled to short.
Man. Oh.
Singled to short. Man.
That's a brutal way to lose it.
He had to be sitting there fucking cursing Ruben Tejada.
That was a swinging bunt, Josh, is what that was. That was like a squib dribbler.
My guess is that it was like deep in the hole and Tejada took a stab at it. But anyway. Still, Matt Harvey would not have been happy then.
This is one of the most baseball episodes that we've...
This is the most baseball... We could go a lot deeper, too. So I love that neither Cragen nor Amaro have MLB cleared hats. So they have these like vague approximations of what a hat would look like if you're a Yankees or Mets fan, but couldn't wear a Yankees or Mets hat.
NBC doesn't have like any MLB affiliations, right? So
I don't think it's that. I honestly think you just have to clear it through the MLB office.
Okay, nice.
There's probably a certain amount of money that has to happen for licensing.
Sure.
And they're not going to do that. But they're going to talk about Matt Harvey because his name's not copyrighted. No. So Franny chases down Lewis in the post-flashing episode, and then we get into the precinct, and Miss Parker is kind of poking the bear, even though she doesn't know she's doing so. Because I'm pretty sure that William Lewis would be within earshot of when she's telling those young, those supple tourists that they should not worry about Mamma Mia and make sure to give their statements.
So since I feel like a lot in this episode is very thought out, they're not just like randomly throwing darts at the wall with this episode. This is one that they planned for a long time. Alice Parker's name is interesting to me, so it struck it was something I remembered. Anyways,
struck a chord.
There's a famous Alice Parker from the past. She is a noted African-American inventor, famous for patenting the natural gas central heating system. So if you have a gas furnace in your house, you can thank Alice Parker. I don't know if she was an aficionado of Frederick Law Olmstead or not, but definitely an important part of New York City, I suppose.
A lot of gas furnaces.
Because we need heat in our buildings. Yeah.
I really did like the line where Benson's like, so Rollins does know it's the weekend, right? And then Amaro said, now what did you do? Tie Cassidy to a no parking sign? He can come in. It was pretty great.
Did you happen to pause the episode when we saw Alice Parker's photo of William Lewis and the two young tourists?
No, I missed it.
Fantastic photo. It's just...
Good job, second unit?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic job. Primo job, because you have these two young blonde girls sitting on a rock just looking aghast while Pablo Schreiber, is fiddling with his pants and like turning to the camera so you can clearly see that it's his very famous face, kind of going like, oh, whoa, that's me. Does
his dong make the final cut?
No dong in that pic. Apparently there were more.
So frustrating.
It's implied dongage in the other ones, but
okay.
Yeah, it's definitely something that would have not been out of place.
I really want them to slip a dong past S&P,
It would have not have been out of place in She's Too Young, for those of you that missed our first plug for our first Patreon-only film series.
Yeah, maybe you're snoozing or something.
Yeah, my favorite part of this episode, besides the Matt Harvey talk and the plane in the park, is when Barba comes into the office.
Oh, my God.
Everybody's getting called in to deal with Lewis, and Barba comes in, and he's wearing his foul weather gear, at least his like light spring day foul weather gear.
Where's the fire, Rollins?
Where were you? On your yacht?
Not my yacht.
His jacket is positively absurd.
It would not look out of place in the yachting community, Josh. I didn't see what brand it was, but yeah, it's a classic, windbreaker.
I guess it's so early in May that it's probably brisk enough that you would need that.
Oh, you need that on the water, Josh. The weather can turn at any moment. You need to bring that even in a summer's day, because you don't know when a squall is going to appear out of nowhere. And when you're out there in the high seas, you're a long way away from shore, my baby.
Do you wear it into the precinct, though?
I might if I wanted to show up my inferiors. If I'm...
Sure. Carisi's not there yet. He doesn't care about that. So, obviously, Frederick Law Olmstead, his name dropped. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like I actually had to do any research.
They told us about it. Yeah.
They did. Mm-hmm. He is the founder of landscape architecture.
Sure.
Obviously, he is the person who designed Central Park.
Among several other lovely parks in New York.
Indeed. He was also centrally involved in the Columbia World Exposition in Chicago in, 1893, I believe?
Yeah, that's the 1893 one.
Basically the World's Fair, but they weren't calling it that. They were calling it the Columbia World Exposition. But yeah, he was brought in to oversee the sort of design of the grounds. So, and they were like converting swamp and shit. So he had his work cut out for him.
They completely redid it.
It's really fascinating. There's a lot of talk about him in Devil in the White City.
Yeah. So. I mean, in like Central Park is just a triumph of landscape architecture because it's incorporating like natural features that already existed with like kind of inventing stuff kind of out of nowhere. And it's really amazing. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best things you can do if you visit New York, is just go wandering around there for a while.
And almost all of it's free.
Yep, exactly.
So I feel like Pablo Schreiber does a pretty good job of like feigning innocence while letting the inner animals sneak through and little glances that could conceivably go unnoticed here or there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard for us because we've obviously on Munch My Benson have seen the how the William Lewis saga finishes, or at least for William Lewis, how it finishes.
But if you're going into this the first time, I feel like...
Oh, yeah. No, he's kind of really chewing up this role.
Yeah.
He's digging into it.
I feel like you were at... I had watched this already for the, episode 89 and 90?
Yeah.
The last 2 of the 5 episodes dedicated to William Lewis. So I had watched this recently, and I feel like he's actually doing his better work in the first 2.
I agree. I think he's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in some ways, like, the character in a way is kind of written as like a grizzled loner. I don't know if I'm crazy. And I think that Schreiber is kind of, he's more like a rakish kind of a rogue character, just like his face and his age.
The grizzled loner thing doesn't really track though with how he's able to sort of like rope women in. So like, I think he's able to do that in a way that kind of cuts a little bit against the loner thing and makes him more of like a conniving psychopath.
No, I have a pretty deep conspiracy theory about William Lewis, and I don't know if I'm going to drop it on you in this one. I think I'm going to drop it on you in the next one. So it's going to be a little teaser for next week. Exactly. So it's pretty deep shit. But I have to say that I think Pablo Schreiber really brings it. Now, this episode takes a turn kind of midway through and it gets to court. And so it obviously kind of bogs down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't have many notes left, oddly.
Yeah.
Like, most of my notes were about Matt Harvey.
I don't love, like, the William Lewis, like, court magician thing. I think that's something that it's like a trope that SVU kind of falls back on, where this kind of like, not just for this character, but we've seen it with other characters where it's just like, I'm not criticizing Schreiber at all, but I just think that maybe they're trying too hard to kind of rope in the courtroom scenes when that's not where the real drama lies. And it just kind of becomes this kind of exercise.
I mean, at the very least, they at least have Barba here. Yeah. So like, I think
Barba's a better foil.
Yeah. He holds the courtroom scenes together better because he's sort of such an interesting actor, playing these in sort of like a juicier way almost.
And when he's shocked that something's happening in the courtroom, like it is more interesting.
Like when she suggests that she doesn't know whether she's going to chase the criminal insanity defense or the not competent to stand trial excuse, and he's just sort of incredulous.
Yeah. And then when she brings in, I forget which evidence, but when something's getting thrown out, maybe the DNA, one of the things, but his shock when he like calls to address the judge directly, you feel the tension there because he does a very good job in those courtrooms.
Sure.
It's still just, I don't know, it kind of irritates me a little bit to see the courtroom stuff because it's not as interesting to me as the other William Lewis stuff. And I think he does so well in interrogation. Did you notice the mugshots of William Lewis that they had from his younger days? A really great collection of photos that Pablo Schreiber has from his youth.
I assume one was when he was trying to walk on at University of San Francisco, which I don't know if we ever talked about this, but later when I was editing, I actually looked into the University of San Francisco basketball program, and they had actually won national titles back in the 50s.
Weird.
So they had like a really great program, and then right after Bill Cartwright was there, they had their program killed by the NCAA because of the booster improprieties.
Bill Cartwright ruins everything.
No, it wasn't Bill Cartwright. No, it was after him. It was after he was gone. In the early 80s, they had like one last okay team, and then the program was killed, and it's back, but just like with SMU's football team, when they were killed in the 80s.
It came back, but it was just never the same.
Yeah, it's never going to be the same. Yeah. You just lose so much ground, you're never going to be able to rebuild a program like that. So that's a way overdue correction. So obviously we discover pretty quickly that he's got his lawyer wrapped around his finger. Then Cragen goes to check in on Miss Parker and return her camera.
And since we know Claire Fischel already, we know that she's prone to this kind of thing.
It's so weird that like if you've watched all of 6 Feet Under, you're just like waiting for this to happen. So when Cragen goes to check on Miss Parker, she's acting all weird, and then we find out that if he had come in, he probably would have been shot in the fucking head. So we do see like a lot more elder skin than I remembered.
Yeah.
And I've seen this relatively recently, but
we see some old flesh, Josh.
We do.
It's just amazing how SVU will just really bear
Yeah, they'll sexualize anyone in a very terrible way.
As long as it's in just a horribly violent way.
Don't worry, we get more of it next week. So, do you think Five Crazies are like one better than Four Locos?
I would assume so, yeah.
It's not Bang, though.
No, but, well, Bang comes back in later. Anyways, the problem is always happens when we watch two at the same time is that they have a conversation with each other, the two episodes. And yes, we've established that William Lewis is a Bang guy. And Four Loco, Five Crazy is kind of the after dinner, well, I don't know, whatever, the alcoholic
the
bang. Yeah. After dinner bang.
It was okay. So Five Crazy is the digestive?
It's a digestive,
yeah. And Bang is the aperitif. So, God, I can't tell you how much I love the roommate fur coat humping, like very audibly from outside the room. You can hear him all the way down the hall.
Hey, open up! Go!
Get your ass off those coats.
These coats are mine, I swear.
Yeah, where's Lewis?
I don't know.
Hey, man, I know you weirdo.
This is the fucking performance of a lifetime. Like, I saw Tick Tick Boom, it's fine. But Kevin DeJesus, you fucking slay
This
Jose
is your
Silva
real.
in this
This
episode.
is your real. Your ass cheeks pounding
I don't
that
care
fur
that
coat.
you've been nominated for 3 fucking Tonys. This is it. This is the mountaintop, and you were there, buddy.
My wife, who was doing work while I was watching this, just looked up and goes, "Is he fucking coats?"
They're his, though, so it's okay.
But there's more than... it was a pile of...
Many coats. Writhing face down, like he is face down, like in these coats business.
Making love to them. I mean, he was...
Oh, yeah.
He was
He
moaning.
cares about them. I kind of just want to end the episode here.
Classic scene. Okay. I mean, obviously...
I don't have many notes left.
It goes to court. Claire Fisher is wrapped around his finger.
Well, no, we're skipping over the like confessional monologue, like where he's basically like cribbing everything in hypotheticals.
Yeah,
it's very clear that he did it, but his lawyer's not present, so any of this is just shitty police work.
Yeah,
he invokes men are from Mars in here, which he's invoking men are from Mars, women are from Venus. The fucking
because he's trying to
dumb
get
relationship
a rise.
book that came out in 1992 that our generation's parents all read to try to figure out why their marriages weren't working.
Exactly.
My parents are still happily married. Yeah. Don't worry, Mom and Dad.
Or why their kids hate them, stuff like that. But
yeah, because they're fundamental, like psychological differences between the sexes.
But he's doing it to get a rise out of Liv, which works because then she's like, "Yeah, I do want to know what you made them feel."
He basically plays her like a fiddle for all of the episodes.
And Amaro is like straight up rolling his eyes at his partner.
Yeah,
with good cause, because I think Amaro is trying to take the air out of the William Lewis balloon.
Yeah.
And he is not successful at that because Liv is hooked.
So they charge him and everything, and then he fakes a suicide attempt. Yeah. And then the sort of competency dance plays out. He's remanded, and then fucking Miss Parker dies.
Yeah. Fucking old broad fucks everything up and dies without having been on the record in a deposition or on the stand.
Yeah.
It's fucking irritating. So the only thing we have is her photograph.
And then lives sort of like a bull in a china shop. A china shop of police work, I guess.
Yeah.
And she overplays the like lover lawyer slip.
Yeah.
Then at the trial, they're basically hamstrung by the victim dying and the DNA fucking up, which gets randomly dropped. That little bit of news comes in while the trial's playing out in the most SVU way possible.
Yeah.
There's a mistrial. Then they find out Lewis is out on bail, and Cragen tells Liv he doesn't want to hear from her for 2 days, and then Lewis is laying in wait in Liv's apartment when she comes home, and that's where the episode ends.
It does, and it ends on quite the cliffhanger, and if you were watching this in May 2013, it would have been a long wait to find out which horrors await our heroine.
Turns out they're not fun.
No.
The horrors are pretty horrible.
But should we rank this episode, Josh?
Yes.
Because this one, man, I just gotta say, it's going to be hard to not rank both of these pretty highly because obviously
the
damage done to Liv, but also just considering what they're working with, right? Which is a kind of ridiculous premise that this guy is like the most evil guy that's ever been in this universe, essentially. And anybody else pales in comparison to this guy.
He's basically like if Dennis Rader.
Was that the Golden State?
BTK?
Oh, BTK, yeah.
It's Dennis Rader, right?
Yeah, they always call him the BTK killer, which is...
but it's basically if BTK was crossed with Dr. Moriarty.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, he has got like the ability to slip through cracks like the Golden State killer did, but he also has the kind of depraved indifference to human suffering, like, I don't know, like Dahmer or something, right? I mean, he's like he's a real monster, but he's got the charm
also got
of
fucking
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's, I was just going to say Ted Bundy's charm.
If this guy really existed, he would be on the plane with Cyrus the Virus. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. But this is happening in an episodic procedural.
Exactly. Yeah. But, the thing is that they do a pretty good job of pulling it off. Pablo Schreiber is terrifying.
I think they do a better job of pulling it off in these first two parts than they do at the end. Yeah. Especially the sort of like dud of a final episode where there's no case and it's... Anyway, that's a huge digression.
Yeah. Where it becomes Deer Hunter.
I think they pull it off.
Dee Mao.
Oh, we haven't. Yeah. I suppose we need to establish.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, anyways. We haven't actually gotten to our ranking system. So, of course, we rank these episodes. We're digressing. This is a milestone of an episode, so we can be a little loose with it. But we rank these episodes every week. We have a 4-part rating system. We rank on the quality, the guests, how problematic the episode was, and the depth or breadth of life's ruins. Each one of those we rank on a 10-point scale, and we combine them to create a composite score, which will allow us to rank it against all the other episodes of the show that we will eventually have watched by the time either we stop doing this or SVU stops airing and we catch up. Because right now we've got approximately 10 years left, I believe, right? Something like that.
We're, I think, 410 behind right now.
Yeah.
So that's 8 years or so?
Yeah, that's about 8. Almost exactly 8 years.
But they also have greenlit
2 more
through
seasons?
season 25, I believe. Yeah. That's another 50 to the mix.
Yeah, really gotta pray for nuclear war, right? No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, Josh, was this a good episode? That's what I guess I've been kind of meandering about.
Yeah, I think it mostly was, right?
It mostly is good. I don't love the courtroom stuff. And I think that maybe William Lewis is a little overwritten how evil he is. But my conspiracy theory will cover that.
I'm really looking forward to next week. Or an hour from now for me. But
so in some ways, I do, after having come up with this theory, I do like it more than I did the first time when I just watched this episode.
So because you've become insane.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. No, I'm into that. I think it's probably like a 7, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's about as good as you can do with really trying to insert this like heavily character-driven serial aspect into a weekly procedural, right? Like,
yeah.
You're trying to fit a very square peg into a round hole. And they do about as good of a job as you can expect. It's not the perfect episode of SVU, but...
No, not at all. It's not possessed.
No. But again, it's not...
It's doing a different thing.
But maybe it is for other fans of the show, right? I mean, I'm not going to say that we're not by any means every fan of SVU. And I think for a lot of fans...
No, we just have our spreadsheet locked.
Yeah. But I think for many fans of the show, this is kind of what they show up for, right? They want to see Olivia Benson, and they want to see the full range of emotion.
I mean, I don't think that I necessarily don't want to see Olivia Benson. I just don't know that I want to see her tortured, you know? And we're not there yet. We're there next week. But I also...
But the cliffhanger leads
I don't necessarily enjoy watching her do bad police work.
It's true. I don't like her...
she is very much played throughout this episode.
I hate seeing her on the stand because it's always like, well, there goes the case. Benson's on the stand.
They only put her on the stand to show her fail on the stand. Exactly. It's kind of frustrating because she is like mostly a good cop, and then like she invariably is made I don't think it's her necessarily always, but she is made to fuck up the case on the stand.
Yeah, and
it's kind of frustrating.
And it's to serve the plot that could have been written in a different way and still had the
that
outcome.
didn't have to have the lady cop fuck things up.
Like, if you're looking to make Liv confront the worst horrors possible, right? Which is, I think, what this episode is a setup for, which pays off in the next episode. You don't have to do it by having her be a dumbass on the stand, which is kind of what this episode did.
Or a dumbass through police work, which is the other thing that's going on here.
Yes.
Is, her just continually getting played.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she necessarily fucks the case on the stand here.
No.
Which she does a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, we've covered at least 5 or 6 episodes where they get her on the stand and she blows.
It's a trope.
Yeah, we're talking about it for a reason. But I think here it's more that he's gotten into her head, and so she is suddenly incapable of doing capable police work.
Yeah, which I don't fully buy, just given
No.
what I know about Olivia Benson over all the seasons. But
because I've seen her in over 500 episodes, and a lot of the time she's fucking capable.
Most of the time.
So I don't know why she would suddenly not be here. I know that this is some fucking crazy psychopath, but
exactly.
And he's able to push her buttons, but
so moving on to the crazy psychopath. How were the guests in this episode?
there aren't really that many.
There aren't.
I think Judith Ivy's mostly good.
She's mostly good. What about Lauren Ambrose?
Lauren Ambrose is who both you and I, as people who have seen every episode of 6 Feet Under,
Who we know her
this
to
is
be.
exactly what we're expecting out of her, and we're not disappointed.
No.
She was nominated for 2 Emmys for doing pretty much this.
She's good at this.
She's good at this. I don't know that like she's spreading her wings and doing something new. I don't feel like she's doing like an Andrew McCarthy and Slaves.
No, she's not doing that. She's definitely not doing that.
And she's not playing against type, but she doesn't have the sort of like cultural imprint that Andrew McCarthy or some of the like stunt castier parts have had either. So I get why they would do this.
Yeah, we haven't had Nate Fisher on the show yet,
We're skipping over the 2 most important ones.
Yeah.
Kevin DeJesus. Holy shit.
Kevin DeJesus.
Wow.
Brilliant performance. I mean,
wonderful job. I want to buy stock in you.
I assume that they, just had like a boom on, I believe it was Finn and Amaro that were coming up to that door. Maybe it was Finn and Rollins. I don't quite remember, but I assume they just had a boom on them.
Could have been a floor boom too. Could have been a boom op laying on the ground.
But I don't think that there was like ADR going on.
No, he was giving them everything.
He was humping the coat so loud that it was picked up in the hallway by the audio out there.
Yeah. Fantastic.
That wasn't in the script. They walked up to the room.
He's like, no, this is it. Well, he's, he really knows the character. He's already played Jose Silva once. And like, he's got a fucking feel for this. I'm kind of thankful that we're almost done with the William Lewis saga, but I do not want to be anywhere near done with the Jose Silva saga.
His is a more important role, I think, a more important arc.
Yes.
But
because I've read what his character does and it's so fun. Like, I just love all of these different little things that we learn about Jose Silva. And then obviously we're talking about
Pablo Schreiber.
I think these are the best 2 episodes that he does, and I think this is the more nuanced one that he's working with.
The second one, he is very much cartoonishly
maniacal
evil.
In the second one.
The first one, this is the first time we've met him, right? And the first time, what is going on with this guy? We know he's crazy because he's burning his hand, but then he's running through the park and laughing and whipping out his dong in front of these, what were they, Finnish tourists, something like that.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we ever came down on knowing where these tourists were actually from, especially since they're going to Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I guess presumably they're Scandinavian.
Oh, they're going to Mamma Mia.
They're probably
Nice.
just Swedish.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about my idea for All That She Wants, which is a musical based on the life and times of Ace of Base?
Is it all about how they're Nazis? Because they're Nazis, Adam.
They are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, they're Nazis. And I'm not exaggerating. Ace of Base. I'm going to put it in the show notes. I'm going to put the piece about how the Ace of Base are actually Nazis. All That She Wants Is Another Baby is an anti-welfare racist song.
Fantastic. I love this. I never even gave 2 thoughts to any of their lyrics, and I love this.
White supremacists, big time.
So that's what it takes to win the Eurovision Song Contest. You learn something new every day. Interesting. So Pablo Schreiber is very good, right?
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I think this is his best work as William Lewis. I think this episode is his best work as William Lewis.
he's fucking great as William Lewis. He has quite a bit of range.
This is his best episode. This is his most like nuanced. This is where he's doing the most things. He's not just being unhinged, which he basically is the entire rest of the time.
Yeah.
I guess maybe not in Psycho.
Whatever. Yeah, but in those ones,
whatever the fuck that one is, the trial one.
Yeah, I could not stand that one. But this one, I think he's very,
no,
very
you haven't
good.
watched the trial one.
Oh, I haven't watched the trial one. I've only seen the two-part finale. Yeah, we haven't seen the trial. I'm not looking forward to that because I don't like the courtroom scenes. What do you think? I think an 8 is what my gut says. 8.
Yeah, I'm good with 8. It's just there's so few that are doing much. That's what sort of stops it from, and it's not like one of the insane Andrew McCarthy or Fred Savage or something like that.
Yeah,
where you've got the stunt castier element going for it. It doesn't have that.
So I'll tell you the last 9 we gave. We gave a 10, obviously, to Possessed. I don't like the idea of having ninja pedophiles out there. That scares me.
That's our only perfect 10 episode that we've ever done.
We gave a 9 to the David Krumholtz Wet, which was they dropped it like Lindsay dropped her tampon to be eaten by killer, which was also just insanely fun, and Krumholtz was exceptionally Krumholtzian in that one.
Oh, yeah.
We've given some 8s out. We gave an 8 to the first William Lewis episode that we watched. That was Beast's Obsession. That is the penultimate William Lewis episode.
I feel like this one's actually probably a 9.
I think so, too. That's why I'm going to say that, because I think this one is significantly better than that one. Now, that one had a Donal Logue performance that I think we also liked.
A lot, actually.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, but I do think that Schreiber shows a lot of range in this one, honestly. He really you don't really know what the hell's going on with this guy until...
And Ambrose is really good here, too.
Yeah.
And Kevin fucking DeJesus.
Kevin DeJesus is resplendent. So, okay, I'm fine with that. Now, moving on to problematic. Now, this category is in some ways the ick factor and in some ways the fun factor. And this definitely has some ick factor. It has code humping, which is fun
super
and
fun.
icky. At least after he got a chance to finish, it was probably pretty icky. We've also got elder flesh, more than...
a lot, more elder flesh than I think Adam and I were expecting.
We've got that really fun second unit photo shoot where Pablo Schreiber is like more or less laughing at the camera as he's reaching into his pants to whip out his dong.
It's just this like idyllic scene.
It is. It kind of is. It looked like it could be painted by the Plein Air Painters and hung in the Whitney. We used to have Plein Air Painters come to my old job in Galveston. It was so bizarre. They would be like a week where there's just like people with watercolors painting your boat that you're standing on, and like made me feel uncomfortable. But so we are treated to close-ups of various keys and coat hangers that have been heated up on a stove to then be branded. That elder flesh.
Yeah.
So this one's pretty high.
It's not like off the charts.
No.
But it's probably like
it's like an 8 or a 9.
7? I think it's a 7.
You think it's a 7?
I just don't think it. Honestly, I think the next episode has more of that, and this is still sort of...
I only watched this one once, so I just remember Alice Parker getting stripped, and I remember the coat humping. Those are like, in the first scene, those are kind of the three like
No, I think this is
things.
only... I think this... I just don't think this can be... I mean, we hear about what he's done to his other victims, but I don't think this is more than a 7.
Okay. I'm fine with 7 because I think it's going to rank highly on the next one, which is Depth and Breadth of Lives Ruined. Is it not? Because the cliffhanger is William Lewis, the monster.
We have to go by the sort of Kragan standard that we set with Rhodium Knights, and I think because she's been kidnapped.
We've already seen what he did to Alice Parker. And we already know what he did to his victims in Kentucky and Alabama. And now he's holding a gun to star of the show, Olivia Benson's face.
So I don't think there's a way around us giving this a 10.
Yeah.
Because of like where we're left off.
Exactly. And I mean,
we do know that we know for a fact that she keeps dealing with this because Bill Irwin's in a lot of fucking episodes of SVU.
Yeah. And he hasn't shown up yet. He shows up in the next one. So... that gives us an overall score of 8.25, which you might have guessed this was going to score pretty highly. It's not the first 8.25. Some of our favorite episodes have scored 8.25. Weirdly enough, Beast Obsession got an 8.25.
There's just too much.
There was just a lot going on in that one.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned the Kragan episode. Yeah, there was tons going on in that one. And because it was the first part, it was left off with, again, like a Liv hostage situation. So we had to give it a 10 for depth and breadth of lives ruined. Now, the Pippa Black Dead in Kragan's Bed episode also got an 8.25. That was Rhodium Nights. It's a bad way to wake up if you're a recovering alcoholic. Now, that's where we get to some of our favorite episodes. So Futility, which was season 4, episode 22, that's Kevin Arnold is a power reassurance rapist. That got an 8.25. That's, of course, the Fred Savage episode. And finally, probably my second or third favorite episode that I've seen during Munch My Benson.
Sure, yeah, I'm kind of there with you.
Was Strange Beauty. That is, she has ears that lend themselves to elfing. That also scored an 8.25. Strange Beauty is right there at the mountaintop for me, just as far as the madcap bonkers
It's just
fun.
so fucking weird.
And,
you know, I mean, the only reason it's not scoring higher is just because no one's lives are ruined, basically.
No, well, they're made complete, Josh. True. But it did score 2 10s, so it was obviously a highly ranked one. So that's kind of the
2 10s and a 9.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't, it just had one category it was deficient in, and that's the only reason it's down as far as it is.
Yeah, because honestly, it was a pretty positive about body modification episode all around.
Oh, yeah.
Even up,
it's very body positive, you know.
or missing body parts positive, either way. But Josh, I think it's time to start moving towards the exit. We don't need to roll an episode this week, of course, because next time we are watching the next part in this 2-part saga. It is called Surrender Benson.
It is indeed.
It is season 15, episode 1.
Uh-huh.
Now, word to the wise, folks. When they aired this episode initially, they gave it a double time slot.
Bafflingly.
And, well, we've seen this in the past where they made a megasode, right? Where the Kragan saga, that's 2 episodes that are part of the same plot line.
These 2
are not.
So, for next week, we're going to be watching just what is technically this episode, Surrender Benson.
Yes.
And then sadly, because of the way that it is packaged for the way that I assume most of the people are watching this, the second half of this super long episode, which has very little to do with the first half. It's basically anything that's not related to Liv getting over what she's gone through is entirely separate. So when there's a new card that says 2 months later and she's walking into her apartment, that will be the beginning of our 107th episode, where we're talking about season 15, episode 2.
Yeah.
You know, watch them at the same time. Who cares? But we'll only be talking about up until the end of the scene that she has with Bill Irwin.
Yeah. You'll see that she has a different haircut. Like you see her cutting her hair, but then you see in the next time
it's one scene after her haircut is her with her therapist.
Yeah. So you see one time when she's talking to Bill Irwin when she still has the Surrender Benson hair, and then the next time she's talking to Bill Irwin, she has noticeably different hair, and it's later. And her arm's not in a sling anymore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it is weird because if you just let it keep going, you're going to get into an episode about missing persons case that is going to be confusing.
Indeed. So this next episode, quick summary, just pulled off of the Law & Order fandom page. Hours turn into days, and with no word from Detective Benson, the SVU squad takes drastic measures to find her and her abductor. A trail of murders and rape victims leads them to fear it may be too late. Yeah, so that's that pretty much.
Yeah. It's a wild ride, and I don't think that anybody's going to enjoy it, but it is quite an episode of television. It's brutal.
It's not fun when you watch this episode and you obviously want to see where it ends.
This is definitely like the hinge that the whole fucking Law & Order SVU franchise rests on, because it's going from a world where it's really kind of case-driven and unit-driven to a character-driven show that's about, Olivia Benson. And it's important, but it's just to give you a warning.
This is sort of like the signification of the paradigm paradigm shift and like what the show kind of
is about. This is some of the hardest stuff to watch that I've ever seen on network television.
I've watched it
wild.
So many times in the last like 3 months because of this thing that we've done to ourselves. And I can't say that I was glad to come back here.
Yeah. It's pretty wild and not in a fun way.
Yeah.
But I think you guys will get through it and we will talk to you about it next week. And as always, rate and review the podcast. Follow us on the socials everywhere that two 40-year-old men would be. And those places were at Munch My Benson or r/Munch My Benson or, whatever.
Or munchmybenson.com or munchmybenson@gmail.com.
Yeah. Or
if you're wanting to visit the website or send us an email. Mm-hmm. We also, as has been mentioned, have a Patreon now.
We sure do. Yeah.
Very reasonably priced. Mm-hmm. Presumably by the time that you hear this episode, we will also have merch. Mm-hmm. It's almost done.
I am not a professional graphic designer, and so it's a time-consuming process to try to get it to a point when I'd be happy selling it to people and charging them money. But those will be reasonably priced as well. We're going to definitely have shirts and probably tote bags and probably koozies available, and we'll have a couple different designs, but they're pretty fun. So I might drop the easy ones first and finish up the one that's kind of hard work. But either way, it's time-consuming. So I'm doing my best. But yeah, guys, you're going to want to munch your Bensons because next week it's going to be pretty rough.
Munch them while you can because there's not going to be a lot of wanting to munch Bensons.
No, you want to curl up into a ball and cry for a while after next week's.
Most def.
But yeah, guys, see you then.
What do you want to hear?
Whatever you got.
You mean like how disturbing it would be to make a fine, educated, cultured woman like that disrobe? How humiliating it would be? How she might try to cover herself with her hands?
Go on.
You want to hear how I tied her to the bed? Not too tight, so I could watch her struggle. Huh? Not your thing, huh? Oh. What about if I made her go down on her knees? Forced myself inside of her? Or do you want to hear about the pyrotechnics? How I put out my cigarettes on her? Yeah, gotcha. How I branded her private parts with keys, hot hangers.
Okay, I know you're getting off on this, but you know what? I want to know how you got in that apartment.
That's by the numbers. Men are from Mars, right, detective? He wants the logistics, but you want the emotion.
I do.